Okay, is this? I think it's on. Hello, hello. How is everyone? How is everybody doing? Debbie, hi, welcome in. How are you? How are you doing, Debbie? I am doing free readings, so if you are interested in, or like if you have something on your mind and you would like to know, you can go ahead and ask. But welcome in. How are you? Let me. Okay. Debbie, is RB the Pisces planning expected surprise visit? How are you? I'm doing all right, thank you. Is RB the Pisces that's planning expected surprise visit this Valentine's weekend? Is RB the one planning a visit? Hi SK, how are you? How are you doing? So this is for Debbie. This is for. Are they the ones planning a visit? The Six of Wands is in reverse, and then the Four of Cups is also in reverse. I don't know. To me, it's like there seems to be problems with like family or problems with like their community. To me, it's like they are. I don't know. To me, it's like they don't have flexibility or adaptability. And the Six of Wands again in reverse. I don't know. To me, it's kind of like the opposite. RB, like this is like they have a need to kind of break off from an alliance. So to me, this is a no. It's like leaning to a no for me. Debbie, that's how you see this. Game on, middle on. How are you? How are you doing? Uh, SK. What was the question? Can you be added to the list? Yeah, you can. Thank you. Blessings, of course. Debbie, take care. Thank you for stopping by. Okay. Sadki, Malik's feelings for you. I have a crush on her. Sheree. So what's the okay? Like, how do they feel about you, right? How do they feel about you? I'm doing good. That's great. Me too. What are Malik's feelings for Stray? Feelings for Stray. Oh, okay, this one just came. Okay, well, both of these just came out. Okay, so the Magician and then the Eight of Wand. I mean, the Eight of Swords. So Eight of Swords here, they kind of feel that you may be kind of putting up defenses. Like this is you being very secluded or like hiding behind emotions. Again, this is you putting up boundaries, kind of. Lala, hi, welcome in. Again, this is you putting up defenses, maybe even overly protecting yourself. Again, maybe this is like, I don't know, to me, it's like you are kind of putting up psychological defenses and they can kind of see that. Like you are trying to be honest and you are trying to um, show your emotions, but you keep hiding those emotions and they can see that. Like they can see that you have something to say, but you are kind of hiding yourself. And then the magician card being in reverse again, like this is you kind of, or like they also want the same thing again. This is like a start of something new, but you are kind of hiding this. Like this is almost like a near miss because of your inexperience or because of your inaccuracy here. But again, this is kind of how they feel. If you're asking if they feel the same way back, I do think so. However, they can kind of see how you are behaving, and they can see that you want to say something but are kind of hiding behind your own emotions. So, yeah, that's kind of how we see this. That's kind of how they feel. They can kind of sense your insecurity. I guess that's how to say it. Like they know that you have something to say, but you don't really want to say it. Can you confirm one thing? Whether she wants to date me with one card? Okay, well that card just came out. Well, both of these just fell out, but this one's Queen of Swords is in reverse, which is usually kind of them being defensive. They just have suspicions about your emotions, and again the Magician card, which is kind of creating a new reality. To me, this is a yes. They just have suspicions. They are not sure of your intentions. But let me catch up with the chat. Game on. Yes, you could have a reading. Simran. Hi, welcome in. EXO, Jean EXO. Hello, hello, welcome in. How are you? PJJ, and then a bunch of ones. Yes, you could ask a question. Okay, okay. Let me make the list here. I think. Okay, hold on. I think Game on Medalon was next. Um, wait, is Lala still here? I don't see Lala here. But how is everybody? You're creating the list. Okay. Well, can you type the list so I could type it on my thing? Oh, it's so hot. Yes, I'm doing all right, Jane. I got on a couple of minutes ago. Just I saw that I need like 6 followers to hit like 200, so like that's good. So I'm trying to get that today. Um, but yeah, who? Oh, Laka, not Lala. Is Laka still here? I don't see them. Laka, if you're still here, type your question. But yeah, let us know if you're here, and if not, we can give to the next person. I feel like they left. But yeah, guys, there's like a list. We are making the list. Just be patient, and I'm usually pretty good at uh answering everybody's questions. Again, don't make the questions super like vague. Like, don't say what's my future, because it's like very vague. Like, we need a little bit of context, or just like the context of the category of what you're asking about. Okay, I feel like Lala left, honestly. Wait, can I just copy this? Oh look, I can pin the message. Okay, is the message pinned? Yeah, I think it is. So again, it's Lala, and then game on sim, and then XO. Wait. Oh, Jean. I'm gonna write Jane. And then PJ. Oh fuck. You're here? Alright. What's the question? Okay, I think that's everybody. Again, I'll update the list when people come in. But how is everybody? Sim, may I know what's coming in my career? Currently looking for a job. Sure. What's coming for you in your career? It looks like it's about to rain also. Okay. EXO, it says your message was retracted. What did you say? What are you saying? What's coming for Sim and their career? Are they going to be getting a job soon? Okay, getting a job. 7 of Cups is in reverse. This is like you finding, like, searching for a purpose. You know what? There seems to be jobs. I mean, there seems to be an issue with you finding, or like integrating yourself in an organization. Kind of being part of a collective makes you feel like isolated, or like like, I don't know, like, you can't really fit in into a job right now to me. And then the Knight of Coins here, which is in a constant pursuit of money without ever reaching material stability. To me, this kind of reads as maybe you having, like, I'm not saying you having a job is bad, because it's not, but it's like maybe I feel like you can't work well with other people. And like this is like telling you that you are kind of just in it. I feel like you're asking, like, looking for a job. I don't think you're gonna get anything soon, honestly. But like there's issues with you kind of working together with other people, kind of fitting in with people. And I to me it's maybe like you like to do things alone, like you like to do things by yourself instead of working with other people. But like this is you always in a constant pursuit of like money and things without ever reaching stability. And then the Ten of Swords is like you being attacked from many different angles here. I don't think so. I don't see anything coming for you soon. Again, this is like you feeling attacked from many different sides. This is also like a very painful, humiliating defeat here. But it's also kind of leaning, since you can't really, since you don't like to work with people, since you like to be alone, like since you like to do things by yourself. I don't know why. I kind of feel like you need to do something that you control yourself. This is about your home, your stability. Four of Wands. Again, this is a temporary stop for you to prepare for future advancements. So like yes, tensions are present now, but like this is kind of telling you that if you continue kind of doing things like looking for a job with many people, like you won't be happy. So I'm kind of getting the vibe of maybe you need to do something for yourself. Maybe like do like start like a business, or just do like freelance. I don't know, just something that you can kind of control your own future, your own career. That's kind of what I see here. Hey Uzagi, how are you? But yeah, Simran, that's kind of what I got for you. Do something for yourself, because you working with people does not go well. I feel like you becoming your own boss is really the best thing for you to do. I don't know, like to me it's like you weren't really made to be part of a group. Does that make sense? Like I don't know, like I see you kind of being a leader, kind of just doing your own thing. And it'll be easy for you to do that because I feel like you working in a group doesn't eh, there's no success there. But yeah, that was your reading. I don't know. Do you want to go game on? Do you want to be next, or do you want Jean to be next? But yes, guys, thank you for the likes here. I think Lala left, honestly. Look, I'll just make this. There we go. Thanks, of course, Simran. Who's next? Jean is next. Okay, Jean, are you still here, Jean? I just can't get you out of my head. Boy, your loving is all I think about. I just can't get you out of my head. Boy, it's more. Yes, alright. Jean, what is your question? Look, let me hold on, let me unpin this. Every night, every day. Wait, never mind. I don't know what I'm saying. Dude, I love that song. You've had that stuck in your head. Should I post it again? Do you mind posting it again, Jean? I love that song. I love Kylie Minogue. I love that song. That song and it's on the screen. Oh, it is? Oh, may I ask what I's feeling and intentions are towards me? What are their feeling and what are their intentions towards you? I'm sorry, I'm blind. It's cause okay, the way that it's set up, I can see the chat, like I can see that, but it's very far away. So I have a separate chat window on a part of the screen that I can't that it doesn't show. Like I don't know, like you guys see different, like you guys see this, but my setup is different. That was so hard for me to say. What is I feeling? For I and Green. This one just came out. The Eight of Swords came out, which is they feel like maybe you're being too secretive. I'll pull more if we need to, but again, the Eight of Swords, you kind of feel okay. First of all, I do think they have good intentions because the the Four of Coins here. This is about stability. That's kind of about security and success, but it's also like they kind of see you as being afraid to be or open. They are afraid of you. I mean, they're not afraid of you. They can see and they feel like you are afraid to be more open about your emotions and you are kind of holding back. Like I feel like you could do so much more with them, but they kind of feel like you are holding back. That maybe there's hesitations there, and they kind of sense these things. Again, Eight of Swords is like you kind of putting up shields and putting up blocks against them, so they can sense that too. Again, maybe like insecurity. That's kind of what they sense here, but they do have good intentions. Again, Four of Coins here. This is kind of like stability, solid material assets, like this time tested reliability. So they do have good intentions, but they do sense that you are kind of putting up walls. And then the Five of Cups here, they can also kind of sense this. They kind of feel like you are probably not taking them serious in a way. I kind of see them thinking that you are talking to like multiple people. Um, yeah, because the Five of Cups has to do with like popularity and have talking to many people, relations with many people, kind of becoming the center of a group and kind of relying on connections to kind of better yourself. Or I don't know, it's like if it's you kind of telling your friends too much and they can kind of sense that. Again, maybe they know that you are talking to your friends about them and they kind of feel weird about that. But like this is like somebody becoming the center of attention or like being very popular with people and having a lot of uh, relationships with many different people. I think that he's afraid to be more open. I talk to him openly and he holds a lot back. Okay, so then it's him. I'm still like wondering why there is a lot of relations, like talking to many people, talking to many different people. Maybe it's maybe it's them. I don't think it's them though. Again, setting a boundary is talking to many different people, but there's good intentions. Maybe they're just shy, but not shy with their friends. And then the Nine of Swords here, which again this is in reverse. So this has to do with like being very sloppy with the way that people do things, which leads to regret. So I kind of see them as maybe they are letting other people know about you and like kind of how you feel and how they feel, and maybe they're getting bad advice because again this is them being very sloppy with their words, with the way that they behave, right? So like this is kind of them losing against stronger opponents. A lot of losing here. But like this is also kind of like putting imperfect things to good use. I don't know, to me, maybe if you are the one that's kind of talking to your friends about them, maybe you are getting bad advice from friends. Because I feel like the more that you talk to people and the more that they know that you talk to people, the more shields and the more boundaries they set. I don't know, to me they like to be very private and they don't like their business being out there. But yeah, I feel like yeah, again, if you keep doing this, you are going to kind of push them away. Uh, I don't talk to anyone about him. Okay, well then maybe it's him. I don't know, but they seem if you're not talking to anyone else, then maybe they are the ones that are. He's all over social media. Okay, well then it's him that has a lot of relations with many different people. Nine is fighting again, or I don't know. Maybe they are the ones that are going to push you away. But again, being very private. I like to be very private. Okay, yeah, I read that. I do think they have good intentions. I would say yes. They do have good intentions. But again, setting up too many boundaries, being very private. maybe the thing is that they don't want to be committed because again, the four of coins, that's stability. They don't want to be committed because they are afraid to give because they kind of feel like if they give, they're gonna lose what they have. So maybe they do want something, but they want things to be more private, or like maybe they kind of want you to just be like hidden. Five of Cups is disappointment and sadness. I'm confused about the talking to a lot of people. Well, the Five of Cups, I think. Are you talking about the because the Rider Waite Smith deck? This one, let me get it for you. In the Marseille system, which is the one that I use, the Five of Cups, it's connected to links and popularity, having relations with many people, kind of becoming the center of attention in a group, and kind of relying on connections with other people to kind of advance themselves and to overcome like difficulties. Are you talking about this one? Uh, Jane? But yeah, on in my system, that's kind of what this means. I don't know. Again, I do think there's good intentions there. Maybe I don't know why. I don't know. I think what it is that they want to keep things private, but they don't. The second card, yeah, this one. Again, they want to keep things private. They um want to kind of remain as the center of attention. I don't know. Again, I do think they kind of want to have something, but they don't want it to be shown. They don't want people to know about it. But yeah, I see kind of them setting up a lot of boundaries here. The way that I read is it's based on numbers. So 4 is stability. Um so it's like a solid number. It's like a stable like framework, I guess. But then the 5 kind of adds a new element at the center, right? So it kind of breaks off stability. So it's somebody who's very influential, I guess. Very well connected, surrounded by other people here. Thank you, of course, Gene. Why does it say like messages retracted? Oh fuck. So game on. What is your question? Game on. Oh wait, let me update my list. Properties. Oh, Zagi, you followed me on TikTok. My question is, does my previous district manager, Adron, think about me sometimes? I have a feeling he spies on my social media sometimes. Does does your previous district manager think about you sometimes? Do they spy on you sometimes? Or like do they think of you sometimes, right? I just downloaded it, so you are the first person on my TikTok list. Let's go. W Zagi. Did you watch my stream? I went live last night on TikTok. Okay, for Adrian, right? King of Wands is in reverse, and then the Page of Points is in reverse. Okay. So, game on. This is what's going on with your district manager. Do they think of you, or like, do they see you? Do they spy on you, or like, do they lurk? Right? King of Wands is in reverse, which is I do okay. So like, they kind of have plans to move forward, but they are kind of frustrated because of hesitation, conflict. Again, this is like they sort of have the tendency to make things too hard for themselves. And then the Page of Coins is in reverse, which is kind of going after the things that they want. But again, it is in reverse, so it's kind of hesitation. They have a lack of clear purpose. They still think of the past, though. If that's like the question, they still think of the past. And then this, again, Eight of Swords again. What is up with everybody setting up boundaries? Okay, so there's hesitation. There's plans to kind of advance, but again, blocked by hesitation. And then Eight of Swords here, which is kind of them being stuck in boundaries, but also Eight of Swords is. I do think so. Game on. I see that. However, I kind of see them as being like a weird, like emotional, like an emotional wreck, or like I don't know, like them overthinking a lot of things. Yeah, everybody is being super like close off and weird and having suspicions. I will say with the Page of Coins here, like they are thinking in terms of past missed opportunities from the past. But again, having a lack of clear purpose. I do think so. To me, this is kind of like a yes, but maybe they wanted something in the past, but now there's a lack of clear purpose. Maybe like they don't even know how you would react. But again, they are kind of setting up a lot of boundaries, not really knowing, not really having a clear plan. I don't think they're gonna say anything. I don't think they're gonna come forward and say anything, but there's like maybe curiosity. Maybe that's why you kind of feel like they are like looking at you online, but that's kind of how I see this. Them setting up a lot of boundaries. They don't want to lose. They don't want to. I don't know, like to me, like they feel like they are not okay. This isn't a negative thing, right? But they sort of feel like they are like a treasure, and they are kind of guarding and keeping that treasure safe. You know? All of these men complicate things with boundaries. We are both Capricorns, by the way. He is a little older. My Facebook is mostly public posts, so that's why I have a feeling he looks at my stuff. Hmm. I don't know. I didn't really get any of that. I see them having boundaries and kind of missing something from the past, like a missed opportunity that they had in the past. Because again, the Page of Coins, it's just someone who kind of goes after the things that they want, but it's in reverse. So it's kind of thinking of the past, and And then the King of Wands again, which is again, I don't know. Again, maybe, but let's do this one. It I kind of see them not maybe looking you up, if that's the question. Like I don't see them like, to me it's kind of like they see you and they like think of the past and they're like, oh, like what if I had done that? You know, that's kind of how you see it, but not really them typing your name. The Death card, which is, it's a usually a transformation, but kind of being afraid of change and kind of coping with change, having a hard time coping with change here. So again, like this is something from the past, like that they are kind of afraid to move on from, or like to hold on, what am I doing? My thing is being weird. Again, Death card, like fear of a change, fear of a, or like resistance to change, and that's causing stagnation there. That's kind of what this is. Then the Ace of Cups, again, a missed opportunity, emotional loss, a blockage, them feeling very empty, like broken relationships, but it's mostly like an emotional loss. And then the Page of Swords, which is, again, like I said, like there's curiosity here. They kind of have that mental energy to be very curious and kind of just see like a what if, but like I do see them kind of struggling with the past. But yeah, I, I don't think it's them like looking anything up. I don't think it's them kind of looking you up. To me, like you maybe came up and now they're like thinking of like a what if, but it's like them just being curious. Makes sense. Is PJ still here? I feel like they left. Is SK still here? Is Richard interested in me romantically, or is it one-sided? Richard and Prob? Prob? I don't know. Let's see. You work with them. Thanks for the reading, of course. Game on. Okay. So that's, ooh, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse for Richard. This is you, and then between the both of you. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune here for them. This is how they feel about you. Are they interested? I think they were. I do think they were. But again, now it's like this is like a decline after a period of rising. Like this is them moving in a very closed circle, and they kind of feel powerless in this whole situation. Maybe that's why they didn't ever say anything, but I think at first, not like that they had feelings, but like they were wondering about something. Like they were maybe even curious about you. You have the Queen of Swords here, which is you kind of feeling like you feel very secure in this position. Like this is like you feeling protected, kind of defending your own territory and kind of just preparing for something that is it you that do you want to say something to them? Like, do you want to like tell them how you feel? Because like this is you kind of preparing yourself for something that shouldn't be exposed yet. So like I don't know if you were like if you are planning on saying something or like if you want to say something to them, but like this is kind of telling you to like you are preparing for something that you shouldn't be said right now. And then between the both of you, the two of coins here, this is again between the both of you, two of coins. This is like collaboration, but still keeping distance here. I do want to, but I am not gonna tell him anything. I don't think you should, honestly. Not because they wouldn't like you back, but because again, like I feel like this is more than how they feel. Like this is like something like their luck seems to change. I don't know, like maybe they're going through weird stuff, but there like there was a change in their environment, in the way that they feel, the way that they kind of live life. I don't know, like there was a disruption that kind of turned their whole world upside down. Between the both of you, there's still going to be collaboration, but at a distance. Here, this is like duality, but like it's two options, two elements working together, but still keeping distance. So, I feel like you shouldn't say anything to them if you were planning to. Six again, continue. I wouldn't say not ever, but for right now, you should just keep doing what you're doing. Kind of let them come back because again, the Wheel of Fortune is accepting life's ups and downs. So they are down right now, but they are going to come up again. He got distanced. Between the both of you, again, there's going to be continuity. There's going to be repetition. There's going to be again the Six of Cups. This is having a very stable and a personal alliance. So again, just because it's not it's no right now, it's not a no never. Just let this be for now. Don't get stuck in overthinking. Don't say anything that shouldn't be said right now. Kind of let them be. There's going to be collaboration at a distance, so that's always a good thing. And this is gonna repeat itself. So like they're gonna come back. You just stay where you are. You stay in your very well defended position. You have no plans to say anything to him at all. You should not. And then SK. Oh fuck. Thank you, of course. Shadow. How are you doing? It is very uncertain for now, and I also work with him, so I won't cross boundaries. I just don't think that they are in the in the headspace to kind of accept anything right now. You know, I think again, I don't think this is you. This seems to be more than you, or like than emotions. He had a complete change of luck recently, so you should just let them be. Unpin the message. But again, I hope that you enjoyed that reading. PJ. I'm trying to read the chat. Okay. Shadow, welcome in. How are you? Haroon Razak, hi, welcome in. Hi, what is intention towards you? Perhaps you could add me to the list. Hi, Celifer 11. Hi, welcome in. How are you? Mercedes Spark 8. Mercedes Spark 8. Welcome in. How are you doing? Yeah, I can add you guys. Uh, wait, who was it SK? I feel like they left. I feel like SK left. Thanks, of course, Oliver. Okay, Uzagi, are you still here, Uzagi? Or SK, if you're here, say I'm here. But Usagi, if you're here, let me know. I'm looking for a general. I'm looking for a general reading. What's the forecast? Sure, like anything that you should know, any messages that you should know, anything that you should know. Also, I'm gonna be getting off like in 10 minutes, guys. So I'll try to get through as many questions, but like in 10 minutes, I'm gonna get off. Oh, like game on middle on made a list. So any general messages for Izagi? Any general messages? I just can't get you out of my head. Boy, your loving is all right. I wish I could play that song, but I can't. Let's see. Hmm. 5 is kind of like a loss of popularity, but it's also you being, you know what it is? You are too excessively preoccupied with other people's business here. You are kind of losing yourself in superficial connections and avoiding human connections here. That's kind of what this is. Or like maybe it's telling you to don't really get involved in superficial connections, like focus on the people around you. And then the Knight of Wands here, this is kind of telling you to change your direction. Follow your passions, follow your okay, maybe it's like you being involved with people, kind of talking to people, and it's like people that you aren't, I don't know, to me it's like you having a lot of superficial connections that are distracting you from the things that you want to do. And this is telling you to change directions. Follow your passions, follow your urges, follow your creativity, and kind of do that. Yes, it's good to talk to people, but I don't know. I kind of see you as being with people that are not good for you. Kind of break off those negative connections. Because again, you are kind of uh being too preoccupied with them. Three of um Three of Cups. This is usually drama, noise. It could also be like having like gossip, scandal, like isolation. Remember, like three is a crowd. That's kind of how I see this. But the Three of Cups is also like two people having a good relation and then leaving you out, or like maybe you are leaving somebody out. But again, like this is problems with relations. A strong alliance of two people kind of leads a third one out. So it's kind of how we see this. Problems with friendships. Again, cut off people that are not good for you, or maybe cut off people that are telling you that your passions and your desires are not good for you. Uzagi. But yeah, definitely change directions here. Let me update my list. Shadow is next. Shadow. Wait, who did I miss? I feel like I missed somebody. If I missed somebody, let me know. I just can't get you out of my head. Okay, okay. Thank you so much, of course, Usagi. I think you forgot Mercedes. But yeah, Shadow, you are next. Mercedes, are you still here? So let me know what the question is, Shadow. Yeah, you can put your question in. But yeah, I think I'm only gonna do the names that are on the list on the screen, with which is Shadow, Haroon, Selifer, and Merced. And then I'm getting off, guys. I was dating a girl name is ES. Basically, we are not dating anymore, and she is angry or sad with me. I'm wondering if she is coming back. So Shadow and ES is ES going to be coming back? Is ES going to be coming back? So that's them. This is you, and then between the both of you, are they going to be coming back? Oh, you know what? Between the both of you, there is the Queen of Cups, and this is usually uh strong feelings held under control. I kind of see them coming back. To me, this is a yes. Are they angry with you or like sad? Two of coins, which is being too preoccupied. Like to me, it's like they need to reprioritize their life. Like they seem to be kind of trying to balance a lot of things at once. Maybe that's why you feel like they're angry with you or sad with you. I can see that, but it's also like them being having too much on their plate and they're trying to kind of balance so many things at once. That's kind of how they feel. Like maybe, or maybe even with you, that's how they feel with you. Maybe they feel like they need to take care of so many things, or like they need to kind of reprioritize and reorganize some stuff in the relationship. Or like maybe when you guys were dating, they kind of felt like they were always like fixing things or balancing things. You feel like she was not emotionally available back then? Maybe that's you. Because you have the again, the Eight of Swords, which is you kind of setting up boundaries, you kind of being detached, and you like being very defensive. Like this is you, like this is like you guarding yourself, but like you're doing it so much that you are almost becoming like blind to things. She has two jobs. Maybe it could be that. If you think that's what it is, maybe. But again, this is like two elements in them trying to balance like too many things. But again, between the both of you, it's the Queen of Cups, and that's like maturity. Again, Six of Cups, which is a continuity of a relationship. This is repetition. But just okay, just just because they come back doesn't mean that you guys should do the same thing again. This is like it is repetition, but it's like tedious repetition, falling time and again into the same emotional trap over and over again. So like if you want them to come back, like this to me is kind of like, be careful what you wish for. Like if you want them to come back and for things to be the same as before, that's what's gonna happen. Like this is like a tedious repetition, the same thing happening over and over again, nothing ever really happening. Just I don't know why. Like this is like kind of giving, because again, like you guys are both, you guys both have emotional maturity, so like you guys maybe are stubborn with emotions, but like this doesn't really look like dating. It kind of looks like being roommates. You know what I mean? That's kind of how it is, or like that's kind of how I see this repeating itself, like just like being roommates. Like I don't know why, but you seem very closed off. They seem like they're always busy, always doing things, trying to balance so many things. But you guys feel comfortable do like being like that. And then between the both of you guys again, the Eight of Wands, which is kind of all things going into one direction, but it's also like regulation. So like it is possible to advance here, but only by, I don't know, to me it's like being focused with the short term goals and not losing sight of the long term goal. So taking steps, taking short steps. But yeah, I mean, to me, this is just like regulations. Like maybe they need to regulate themselves, and you need to regulate yourself. But between the both of you, I do kind of see them coming back. But again, there's going to be a repetition of what happened in the past. Shadow. But yeah, I think regulation is the goal here. The advice: regulate how you feel. They should also, again, you can't just be, you can't be the one that regulates. They also need to regulate, but regulation needs to happen here. But yeah, I do see them coming back and kind of repeating the story again. Haroon's still here. But yeah, Shadow, that was your reading. I hope that you did enjoy it. Maybe it wasn't the answer that you wanted, but that's kind of what I got. Nine of Cups. Uh, are you asked like did I? Yeah. So the Nine of Cups, that's like coordination. That's like working well with people. Kind of like all parts working together. Like each part has kind of its place and a purpose, but they all work together. That's kind of accepting people, like accepting roles in like environments. It is like happiness and kind of wishes coming true. That's what it is. Oh, the Queen of Cups. Yeah, so the Queen of Cups, that's being comfortable with emotions. It's also strong feelings held under control and kind of guarding privacy and like all those valuable assets. So again, if you saw the card, it's a queen holding her cup, holding emotions very close to her, but the emotions are the cup has like a lid on it. So it's closed emotions, a person sitting in being comfortable kind of holding their emotions very close to them. That's kind of what it means, but it's a person who's very comfortable where they are and kind of protecting those emotions and keeping things under control. So maybe it's kind of telling you that maybe you should, or that you both, because again, that card was in the middle between the both of you. So maybe it's kind of telling you that you need to be a little bit more open, like they need to be more open, and you need to be more open. That's kind of what I got. Who's next? Haroon. Hi, Haroon. What are if the card's intentions towards you? Thank you, of course, Shadow. What are their intentions towards you? Sleek, I'm gonna get off right after I do a reading for Mercedes. So I don't think I can. I'll be able to answer your question. So what are their intentions for Haroon? What are their intentions? Three is collaborations. Okay, so both of these cards have to do with like finances and like stability, like material things. Ace of coins like this, they kind of okay. I don't know if like if it's bad or good for you, because again, I guess I would just tell you, then you kind of make up your mind if it's something that's bad or good. But like this is them getting like financial and like physical stability. Like this is they kind of look at this in a practical way and in a monetary way instead of like an emotional way. The three of coins again, this is like a product. So like think them and you kind of coming together and creating something new, but it's like a product. It's like fruits of the labor, uh, like good prospect. It's just something good kind of coming out of the relationship, but it looks tangible. It doesn't look like there's emotions into it. And then again, the ace of coins. This is like a good start and material things. So maybe they see you as someone who can give them things, or I don't know. It's like they kind of feel like they can change their stability with you. And then the five of coins again, which is disruption, maybe. I mean, it's in yeah, it is upright. So like this is disruption, something new kind of coming in, kind of destabilizing uh an existing structure. It's also like resistance, like need, like them being in need of something, and they kind of build a resistance, and they kind of feel like they can get stability back. I don't know. They seem to be kind of with you to get something out of you. I don't see this as being them being in love, them being like wanting something that's like long term or that has stability. They kind of just want to get something out of you because they're in need of this. Again, five of coins, this is them being in need. Something kind of destabilized their what once was stable, and they're kind of trying to get that back. And they're kind of being very persistent with this. That's kind of what I see, what their intentions seem to be with you. Just trying to get something out of you. Trying to get a new beginning, maybe, but it's like a new beginning in material things. Like this is like them trying to become like have financial stability. So I don't know if that's good or bad for you. That's again what I got. These are all coins. These are all like finances. Them being in need. Again, they kind of feel like maybe what it is. Because again, this is the start of something new and something becoming tangible. And two or three collaborations working with someone else, but it becomes like a product. It doesn't feel genuine. Yeah. But yeah, Haroon, that's kind of what I got here. Don't think of this as like literal, like they want money. No, like maybe they just want something out of you. Celifer, are you still here? But again, thank you guys for the likes. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for questions. Thank you for staying here and being patient. Why is this year so intense for me? Everything around me suddenly needed had changes. I had to renovate my house, have a new job, new friends, new city. All I was forced to do like a new life. I kept seeing angel numbers every change too. So like, are you at like? I see the question of like, why is this year so intense for you? Why are you going through so many changes? I mean, changes are good. Like changes, well, changes are not good or bad, right? Like a change is just a change. But let's see, why is this happening for you? Yeah, that's a kind of how I see change. Like change isn't a bad thing. It just means that something changed. So let's see. For Caliber. What's kind of going on with your life? So what happened? Okay, the chariot is like you moving into the right direction. So maybe that's like what the year's kind of telling you. Again, the chariot, this is like a victory or an achievement, but like it's kind of you putting, it's like, okay, life puts you in a protected position with ambition, energy, kind of motivation to, I mean, with the motivation and the energy to kind of move forward. This also has to do with like public honor and kind of power and kind of gaining a high status. But like I do kind of see you being caught off guard because again, like these two horses, they're kind of moving in opposite directions and you kind of need to choose where you want to go. But like basically this is you being put in a position of direction. Again, following or like maybe it's like dare to win, right? That's kind of what this is, but you having ambition, energy and motivation and a victory. And then the magician is you creating your own reality. So like this is the start of something. This is a kind of beginner's luck. It's also you having various tools at your disposal, like you having skills and like the means to do things. But like this is kind of like creating a new reality with your mind, with your power. It could be maybe you learning new skills. But yeah, like the main message of the card is, and again, if you see, it's a chaotic creation. So like you see a person with having all the tools in front of them, but their feet are again facing different directions. So it seems very chaotic. It seems like you kind of need to choose where you want to go. Does that make sense? It's kind of like you can go this way or you can go that way. You are just placed in this position. Again, uh in a position of changing directions, and also you are kind of being put in a position to create a new reality. If you want to go this way, you can go that way. If you want to go this other way, then you can. But you are now in this position, so you kind of need to choose. I guess life gave you the luxury of choosing, because not anybody can, like, a lot of people can't really choose what they want to do. Some people are kind of just stuck in doing what someone else told them to do. But like you were kind of given the opportunity in a way to choose your own direction and to choose and to create a new reality. Maybe even like learning new skills. And then the Four of Wands, which is kind of about stability. Your community, people who, okay, this is like joy, community celebrations, having a stable environment, but it's also a it's like a temporary stop to prepare for future advancements. Tensions are present. To me, maybe, I don't know, maybe in the past you were preparing for something better. So like your life had to kind of come to a stop a little bit. I don't know, to me it's kind of like something felt like making a move was not in your best interest, and maybe you didn't make a move, and life kind of just pushed you into forcing you to make a move. Because maybe in the past you kind of felt like you didn't have to, or like you were comfortable where you were. Again, this is like stability of the home, your environment being pretty stable, and you not really choosing, or like you're not really moving. Again, this is the Four of Wands. This is stalemate, like a temporary stop in order for you to prepare for a future advancement. That's kind of what it is. And then the Page of Swords. So Page of Swords, again, life pushed you so you can be prepared for a future challenge. Like this is kind of like you looking for a compromise between reason and your strong desires. And also you kind of being very hesitant to use your own strength. So maybe that's kind of why life pushed you into this direction or into this position, to make you use your own strengths and to have a balanced mind and a balance, I wouldn't say heart, but a balanced desire, a balanced passion and desire. But Celibate, that's kind of what I got for you. I feel like it made sense. I hope that it made sense. That you got some clarity out of this. But again, change isn't bad or good, it's just change. It's up to you to decide what you want to do with it.